Alright, what's up guys? It's Troy D. Welcome back to the channel. Troy D 24/7 Mall, on point reviews all day, every day. We're back at the trusty tabletop today. We've got another one. This is from Boadicea the Victorious. And it seems like we are on a Boadicea run, but you know what guys, let me tell you. It's not because like I'm trying to buy them. I'm trying to like collect them. Matter of fact, I only own, if we're talking about full bottle, like 4 of the Boadiceas. But we have some really nice viewers and friends that sent us some stuff, and you know, you've already heard about him before. His name's Tenzin, and he sent me basically, you know, maybe 20 random fragrances that he says I gotta try, and I just pull them out randomly. Okay, so the random pull out today happens to be a Boadicea, and it is Boadicea the Victorious Complex. Boadicea the Victorious Complex. Now, usually what I do, okay, is I also ask about the perfumes. You know, before I review them, I want to see what everybody's thinking. I want to see how everybody's feeling about this. And this one, to me, I feel like is the interlude man of Boadicea the Victorious. Remember when I did that interlude man video and I talked about all the crazy feedback that I got from everybody, okay? This one got very similar feedback. I'll bring him back on this video. So we're gonna talk about Complex, but before we continue, let's hit the music. Alright, we're back guys. So what made me really like get into this fragrance wasn't, you know, because of the Boadicea run, like I said, because the reason why was because Boadicea the Victorious released a top 10. Okay, their own company released a top 10, and on their top 10, the majority, okay, was the stuff that I would pick. And I was pretty happy to see Blue Sapphire, Ardent, Azrak, Nemir, Valiant. I was so happy to see almost everything I've ever smelled and I like. They were all on that top 10. But the thing is that number 2 was Complex, okay? Or Complex, whatever you want. That was number 2 on the list, okay? Like right after Blue Sapphire. So I was like, oh, I remember checking out Tenzin's package and I was like, oh, you know what? The Complex is in there. So I pulled it out. I was correct. And I was like, oh man, okay. So I threw some feelers out there maybe a couple of days ago. And I was like, what do you guys think? And I just got the weirdest, wackiest like responses. But the most common that I get is Khal Drogo, Game of Thrones. Okay. My man Sultan was the first to say it. He said that this is for a Game of Thrones character. But then the more I checked into the feedback, it kept going back. Game of Thrones, Khal Drogo, Game of Thrones, that kind of character. A lot of people hate this fragrance. So we're going to talk about it today. Is if it's really that bad or what? Okay. So let's do our honorary spray. Oh, okay. Okay. So this one here, by the way, I also talked about this one to a friend of mine, and he said that this is one of the most beastly perfumes ever. And right off the bat, I can tell that this is beastly already. You know, it's pretty strong. Just right off the bat, just spraying it off my wrist, it's kind of strong. Okay. So let's talk about the scent itself. What are you gonna get when you spray this? Okay. And I'll tell you to start off with, I'm not gonna bash this fragrance. Okay. I'm not. Matter of fact, I know that this fragrance has a place somewhere, okay? And if you don't like it, that's fine with me. So just when you spray this, guys, you're gonna get some herbal like entry, okay? You're gonna have some basil, some sage, okay? Those are very familiar scents that, you know, you might have smelled even on food, right? But this, you're gonna have an herbal opening, a bitter herbal opening. And it also has, so the thing that kind of like balances that out is violet, okay? Violet, we all like violet. I like violet. It still creates that very, you would say, bearable opening. And the green side of it is still quite nice and bright, usually in the beginning. Now, in my opinion, a few seconds later, basically it turns into a more like incensey, like oody and leathery scent. Okay, depending on how strong, I guess you put this on yourself, man. I think this is like a two sprayer, right? I think this is one of those. Like we just did green sapphire, which is, I think it's like a two sprayer. This one's a two sprayer as well. This is a leathery scent as well. You can already tell, right? If you have incense, you have leather together. This is a very like uber masculine scent. And the only adjustment here that you'll see that makes it a little bit lighter in a sense is just the violet, the herbal intro. That kind of stays there to the end, okay? This one also has oud, but the oud is just, at this point, sort of connected now to the leather. That kind of base, that leathery base. And I think that this one is not for everybody, but it will be for somebody. I can just imagine a bunch of middle-aged to higher guys wearing this stuff because this matches that kind of personality. It just reminded me of, I don't know, my supervisor from 20 years ago. He was pretty old. He was maybe like, he was like maybe 60 at that time, but he was the head, and he would wear like these very, kind of like leathery, somewhat herbal, I don't give a damn about the mass appealing type scents, and he would wear that every day, and it actually was congruent. It was congruent to his personality. It was congruent to his position in the company, so that was fine. I can imagine guys that are like that to wear this. Okay, I also imagine guys that are into that green sapphire machismo type guys to enjoy this right here. I also imagine guys that are probably into Clive X, to get into this stuff. This is definitely not one of those mass pleasers. So, for sure, guys, like if you're into the usual stuff, the tuxedos and the creeds of this earth, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be for you guys. This is very, very IDGAF, type of scent. And, as it develops, is it really that bad? Not really, because one thing I really don't like is when like one solid note just like takes over. Like I hate that. You know what I mean? And there's nothing to save it. If you guys watch like the green sapphire video, I told you guys that the cashmere oud really takes over and dominates. It's something that it's fine, but it's like I kind of, man, if I spent like maybe $800 on it, I wouldn't be so happy about that. But this one right here, I would say that as the leather, the oud continues, the resins, the incense, as that continues, guys, the green herbal side of it, as well as the violet, continues to really balance it out, really to make it like not so strong on the leather side, not so strong on the oud side, and so you really end up with an herbal leathery perfume, okay, which is really like they should have called this green something, you know what I mean? Like they could have called this like green sapphire, to be honest, because this is very green, in a sage and basil type of way. This is definitely, I would say, for the macho men. This is for the mature men. This is for the, the man's man that doesn't really care. Let's read some feedback. I just want to read some feedback right here. One of my guys, my friends from Facebook, Dave said it smells like a rubber tire to me. Yeah, maybe a little bit. The leather, the leather's there, and that might be contributing to the rubber tire effect, but not as rubber tire as Tiziana Spirito Fiorentino. Difficult to wear outside. Actually, funny thing is, Tenzin, I'm gonna say it, like he wants to sell his complex. So if you want to buy it from Tenzin. He wants to sell it. His girlfriend hates it. And yeah, my wife would hate this too, actually, because like I said, is not for the young guys, in my opinion, not for the young happy guys, like it's just not gonna work out for you, in my opinion. This is for the macho, not smiling guys. Or maybe like one of those like country club guys. You know what I mean? It's just it would work out, because there is a green component. Like I wish I could like say that there's a designer perfume that I really didn't like. It was called Bentley Intense. Now Bentley Intense was for real. Like it was like booze and just so much like it was so much booze and so much that but I could see like the country club guys wearing the Bentley for Men Intense. This is way better than Bentley for Men Intense because the herbal side of it saves it, the violet saves it, makes it a rounded out scent at least, and it's not too heavy on the leather, it's not too heavy on the oud. Okay, what else is everybody saying? I love artistic perfumery, but this is totally unbalanced. Okay. There's actually somebody that said this is my favorite fragrance from Boadicea the Victorious. All right. Oh man, this is horrible. I was wearing this on the day I got fired from my job, and now I can't stomach the smell of it. Man, I think whether or not you're wearing it on that day, you probably this is a tough, this is tough. Favorite beast mode. This is my favorite beast mode fragrance. I do not like the scent itself, but sometimes projection is more important than the scent itself. Okay, that's cool. A dark seductive scent, acquired taste. It has a magnetic quality that makes you want to keep smelling it. There's a guy that just said, I hate this. That's all he said. Not for the faint of heart. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if maybe I was maybe 60 years old, 60 to 65, and I was a country club guy and I went to a function, or maybe I was in the, what do you call that? Maybe let's say I was with the Rotary Club or something like that. And like I had all these like Rotary Club functions. I think this would work out, to be honest. Okay, it's not bad. It's not but it's just not gonna be the fragrance that's gonna be liked by the guys that like Tuxedo, Mephisto, Aventus. It's just not gonna be liked by those guys. It's so far apart. It's almost like completely different worlds, and that's really what you're gonna get, as a collector. I mean, I like to explore things and I have an open mind, when I explore things. I try perfumes, and again, thank you to Tenzin for sending this over. I got an open mind, and I always put myself in other people's shoes, like what if you were this, this type of guy, would it matter? But definitely if I had stuck to like Chanel, Allure Homme Sport Extreme, stuck to like Mephisto, Tuxedo, this would be a hate for me, but like I said, that's not our entire audience. Out of the 2,000 something that follow us, like there's a lot of people out there that are the country club, Rotary Club guys. And what's up to everybody who's watching us, by the way. If you're that type of guy, hey, by all means, get this. This might work for you. And they do have a promotion, by the way, which is, I believe if you buy 100 ml, you get a 50 ml. So I believe if you get 100 ml of something in Boadicea, you can get a 50 ml bottle of this for free. And I think that that's more than enough. I cannot imagine 100 ml being like used by anybody, I mean, if I had 100 ml of Boadicea Complex, I would have split it immediately. All right. So yeah, that's my review of Boadicea Complex, guys. Again, green, herbal, violet, and then leather oud. Machismo to the max, mature to the max. Not bad. I would say scent itself would be like 7 out of 10. But again, if I'm used to all the mass appealing stuff, you might just say this is 2 out of 10. Okay, but for me, 7 out of 10. Having said that, because I've tried other stuff that's, for the different crowds. Okay, so I would say 7 out of 10 is worth a blind buy. No, but it would be worth like a sample or a decant from someone. Okay, and I'm sure there's a lot of people selling that. Okay, so until then, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys for coming here. Stay safe. Let me say this: there's a lot of protests going on right now. Please stay safe wherever you are, and don't support the looters that are actually selling perfumes on eBay. I found out through Fragrance Dubois, some of their stores have been looted, or some of the perfumes have been looted. They're selling it on eBay, guys. Do not support those people. Don't fuel this, looting to go on. I mean, for me, yes, justice should be served, but not in the way that there's looting, because like those businesses are already hurting. So, this hurts even more that their goods are even getting stolen. You know what I mean? As a business owner, I really feel for those businesses. Okay, so but first and foremost, be safe, guys. Okay, stay where you are at home with your kids. If you have kids, and stay safe. Okay, so until then, guys, let's keep watching the videos. Please subscribe and do watch our videos. Until tomorrow, I'll be back again. Peace.